According to the National 4-H Association, 5% of current U.S. college graduates earn science, engineering, or technology degrees, compared to 66% in Japan and 59% in China. 4-H statistics show that 4-H science, engineering, and technology programs reach more than 5 million youth with hands-on learning experiences to encourage young minds, and more than 500,000 dedicated adult volunteers who are placing 4-H youth on a path toward successful careers. On a local level, the Go Green Planet 4-H project links Sanilac County's 4-H youth with professional mentors in order to develop an interest in science, engineering, and technology, and provide hands-on applications, conservation of our natural resources, and knowledge of alternative energy and possible careers. A special thanks to our mentors and partners, Orin Campbell of Campbell Associates, architects for leading the project, and Steve Sendek, Fisheries Biologist of Michigan Department of Natural Resources. The Go Green Planet 4-H project will allow youth to work with Mr. Campbell to physically appraise a building site and then to construct a 3D architectural model. Youth will assess the property that is located on the shores of Lake Huron just north of Port Sanilac, design a site plan, and begin to develop a 3D model, Planet 4-H. The location reflects Sanilac County's unique educational opportunities to use Sanilac County's highly desirable soils and diverse crops available for biofuels and Lake Huron's fresh water for potential hydroponics, wave and water power, geothermal power, wind energy, and more. You will see Orin Campbell working with a group of 4-H youth as they take their first walk through of Planet 4-H. Steve Sendek also provides insight into the relationship between this 20-acre parcel of property and its location on coastal Lake Huron.
Pass it on. Pass it on.
I'm the architect mentoring this young group of people through this process and teach them a little about our ecosystem and how we can be good stewards and put back. With the state highway, they're going to be very particular on how many entries we can put onto the highway. Especially this is on a curb, so it's a limited sight view line. This beachfront or this area here, they want filtration strips here, so if there's any contaminants or anything that happens here, it's gonna come down and hit this before it hits the beach. So there's probably an oak tree on the property. You start to see all the natural habitat. Look at this. What do you see down here? Deer tracks all over. They come down here to take a drink. But this is a filtration. This is a natural filtration area. The sand's eroding, but look at the grasses. This is all filtering the water before it gets out to the lake. When we develop the site, we're going to have more runoff of water, and we have to control that. And this ramp system would have to be designed in such a way that it was low impact to the area. So instead of going in here, for example, with a big excavator and taking this big embankment out, we might do it in a wood material that's a natural material that's harvested or recycled. And maybe there's limited impact with piers that hold that up, and then that system comes down and it winds around this existing ecosystem. From this elevation to the road, what would you guesstimate the change in elevation? I would say you're at least 60 feet, if not more. And what we're going to do is I'm going to give you access to USGS maps. When we look at these maps, I'll show you how to read them and show you how to read the contours and how that plays into what's here. There's actually maps, it's already been mapped with soil types that are here in Michigan, and you'll be able to go in and access that through your extension agency, and it'll be able to tell you the soil types here without taking samples. And it gives you a good example of what's here. At the top of that hill, you're going to run into an aquifer, or you're going to run into these underground streams at the top of the hill. And you'd always think it's at the lowest point, and it's not. Do we put in basement in these facilities? Do we just keep it elevated? Where's the wind coming from here, predominantly? What would you guess in the wintertime? The wind out here is amazing, coupled with the rain. It penetrates right through these little cracks with capillary action and goes right into their living rooms and down. I mean, if it's not done properly, we're going to get our best possible solar gain here and capture that. Feel the breeze? Where's that coming from? Back to the wind. We're going to have to identify that. If we're doing wind power or tidal power, we have to understand the existing conditions.
My name is Steve Sendek. I'm a fisheries biologist with the Michigan Department of Natural Resources. I think this is a really neat project, educating our youth, and I think it's a neat experience for the kids to see this, come up with ideas on how future generations should look at our landscape and develop them. If you look at this piece of property, it's located right on the shores of Lake Huron. The key value of this property is this wonderful Great Lake, this freshwater resource. The first thing that should occur is inventory this parcel of land. Even though it's rather small in the sense of the landscape of Michigan, there are key things that will be found. These places should be identified and protected. And also things need to be looked at to minimize the human intrusion on this property. Right now it's vacant and provides a lot of habitat. In addition, the footprint that we place on this land, the intrusion that is actually going to take place, must be minimal. Don't disturb the biological functions that are occurring on this piece of property. Plants grow, plants develop, they die, they add to the nutrient cycle. Precipitation falls onto this parcel. The moisture then soaks into the ground and goes to the lake. Anything we do must take that into account, that those natural cycles must continue to occur unimpeded. When we develop things, we have to ensure that also we don't add any pollution to this land or minimize it so that it has little impact on this freshwater resource in front. Look at this beach line. It's littered with zebra mussels. That's an exotic that was introduced here into Lake Huron inadvertently through the shipping industry. And it has played a dramatic role on the nutrient cycling in the food web in Lake Huron, displacing many key fish species and aquatic species. On the landscape, we must think about the future impacts and the long-term impacts and minimize anything that we do and the biological systems that are constantly in process on this landscape.